Alrighty, you guys, so I just like to start. I don't like to wait to build an audience because whoever's here needs to be here. So I'm going to be doing some keto meal prep today. I'm prepping a couple things. One thing that I have going already on the stove, well, my stove is... Hey Andrea, how are you? Good to see you from Australia. I'm going to be doing some deconstructed stuffed peppers using some ground turkey. Oven's ready. I'm also going to be doing a mini cheesecake, and I'm going to be doing some chicken tenders, some Nashville hot chicken tenders, but we're not going to fry them. We're going to bake them. I think I'm going to do some eggs as well, and I may do some biscuits. I haven't decided. Say hey, y'all, if y'all are out there. Oh, good for you. So I was at the grocery store earlier, and I saw this ground turkey for $2.39. I'm always looking for meat deals whenever I can find them. So I'm going to take, and look on the package, right? Stuffed peppers. We're going to be making this just deconstructed. So it's actually not going to be in the pepper. We're just going to make it in the, we're going to chop the pepper up. So I'm going to take a whole pound. This is 16 ounces of ground turkey. And I'm going to put it in a pan. I put a little bit of oil in my pan, simply because ground turkey is a little dry and I don't want it to be, I don't want it to stick to my pan. But in order to make it a little bit more moist, oh, good for you, I'm going to take about 8 ounces of ground pork sausage, and I'm going to put that into the ground turkey. I'm going to make some sausage puffs with the other half. So I'm going to do a half of the sausage in the ground, in the deconstructed stuffed peppers, and then half in a sausage puff, keto sausage puff. So while that's cooking, I'm going to turn it down just a hair. One of the biggest things for keto, hey now from San Diego, good to see you, is you have to prep. If you don't prep, like we have no cooked meals. We have nothing cooked in this house. So my lunch today was 2 pieces of bacon and 3 pieces of pepperoni. I mean, I can't live off of that. And what happens is it makes you want to cheat and binge. So I'm not one of those to have cheat days. So I'll just not eat until I get home, and then I'll eat. So in order for me not to have that situation, I'm just going to prep a few things ahead. Jackson, if you'll get the big pan out so we can put the chicken in. So, what kind of pan? The big flat pan, babe. In here, I have, if you just joined me, hey guys, I'm doing some keto meal prep. It's really important when you're on a ketogenic lifestyle to prep your meals. I work full time, so I'm not able to be home and do it every day, so I have to prep. So I have in this pan 1 pound of ground turkey and half a pound of ground pork, just to kind of give it a little bit more flavor. Put some parchment paper on that. Jackson is preparing a tin for me because I'm going to put some, a couple weeks ago, Harris Teeter had buy 2, get 3 free chicken tenders. So I'm going to put some of those chicken tenders in the oven. We're going to spice them up a little bit, and we're going to throw those in the oven. And then I'm going to make a Nashville hot chicken sauce to go over that. Goodbye. No, sir. Goodbye. Take him out. We're training the dog. He is allowed to stay on that side of the kitchen, but if he growls, he has to go out. So he growled goodbye. We don't let them come over here, but he can stay over there, but if he growls, goodbye, dog. So, anywho, I've got that going. What I'm going to do, instead of making the peppers where you stuff everything inside of the pepper, I'm going to take some green bell peppers that I needed to use. One of the things we're also trying to do is to cut down on food waste. So these have been in the fridge for about a week, and they're kind of getting a little soft. So, bye, hun. See you later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh, no, right. Bye, Acro. He gone. Bye. Just bye. Chop these up into small pieces. And then when this is kind of browning, I'm going to throw this in. And then I found some rewrapped produce from Harris Teeter. These are frozen. Oh, they weren't frozen, but because we bought them marked down, for $1. We threw them in the freezer, and I'm going to throw these in as well. So this is going to be about the equivalent of 5 or 6 peppers. Not really huge peppers, but we're going to decrease our food waste by using up what we have, and that's another key when you're on a frugal lifestyle like me. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys, I was going to post a little teaser of my outfits of the week. We traveled all last week. I was out for work for a couple of days. I was in the western part of the state, close to where the mountains are, for 3 days. And then when we got back, the kids they did the halftime show for the Globetrotters Friday night. Saturday morning, we had a tournament. And then yesterday at my dad's church, they had church anniversary. So I did not have a chance to get any of my meal video up because I didn't do a whole lot of meals last week, and I didn't get my outfits of the week. So I thought about doing a little teaser for you guys and uploading today's little clip. But this is a jacket that I got from Nadine West. It was in my subscription bag, I think 2 bags ago, and I had not worn it. And then my sister got me this little jumper. It's a one-piece jumper from Walmart for $7. So if you're looking for inexpensive items, I know they're doing a lot of their seasonal markdowns at Walmart, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all the markdowns. I need the trash bin, bud. Will you have Alana to come and help for a sec, please? So if you, somebody asked me on my channel yesterday, on my post yesterday, do I do keto for myself and cook something different for my kids, or do we all eat keto? All of us eat keto here, but I don't make my kids be as strict. If we go to like a thing or somebody's we're at somebody's house and they cook something specific, then the kids are allowed to have a treat if they like, but I don't snack outside of keto foods. So that's just one way that I try to stay or maintain. We actually don't have anything in the house like cookies or snacks. I don't buy any of that. Oh no, Walmart. Oh, but Target is good, and Kmart's really good. And I have not been to a thrift. I missed the $5 Goodwill challenge, y'all. Friends, I need to get my life. I missed the $5 Goodwill challenge that went live today, but I haven't been thrifting. If any of you have been following my debt-free journey, I'm $1,600 away from being debt-free. $1,600 is the last I owe on my student loan, so I am getting to the end of this. I was sharing the video, that's why my computer is there. What, lovely? I want you to wash your hands again, and then I want to put the chicken on the platter. Okay. So my kids help out in the kitchen. I know a lot of people may not require their kids to help, but this is a all hands on deck. I've worked all day. They've had school all day, and we absolutely have got to get done with this meal. Normally on Monday nights we have a friend who comes over and eats dinner with us, but she had a meeting tonight, so she was unable to make it. And then I also have my ladies group on Monday night. So Monday night is a busy night, but since we don't have our friend coming over for meal, we have a little bit of time to get some prep done. Just lay them out, and I'll put some seasoning on them. Yeah, just lay them out. So I'm just giving these a rough chop. That was 2 bell peppers that I had in the fridge that were going to go bad. So I'm dumping that in. We made this the other week, and it was so good. So and I'm not really a big pepper person. I'll eat them, but it's not my fave. So again, these were frozen. These are some frozen peppers that we found in the markdown bin over at Harris Teeter, and we threw them in the freezer just to kind of preserve. Okay, run some warm water. So I'm just going to dump those in. I don't know if you can see good, but let's see. There we go. You don't really need to see me. You can just see what I'm doing. So I have a couple of those. So if you're just joining me, in the pan I have 1 pound of ground turkey that I found on markdown. I have a 1/2 pound of pork sausage, and then I have 2 bell peppers that were going bad in the fridge, and then another kind of, it's probably 1 or 2 bell peppers that I found on the markdown produce at Harris Teeter. So I'm going to turn my heat back up and let that go. And while this is going, I'm just going to add a little bit of seasoning. Also, for keto cooking, make sure you season your food very well. I love a good meal. I love a hearty meal. I'm Southern, so season. Goodbye. Goodbye. Take him out. Bye. Put him in timeout. I put him in timeout last week, yo. And do you know ma'am let him out of timeout? He's going home soon. His mom is coming to get him soon. Did I mention soon? So I really don't like pepper a lot. I will use it in different recipes, but as a general rule, it's not a spice that I would pick up. But I will be using some ground cumin, and I will be using some chili powder in here. So while this is going, can I get a rag to wipe down the stove? I'm going to start working on a keto dessert. No, soon is meaning in a couple of weeks. She got to go. I mean, it's time. We have done our duty, and he has been a good dog. But school year is coming to an end, and I've got some things I'm trying to do. So, yep, she's coming to pick him up real soon. We'll miss him. Alon, Shamika, is coming to get Acro. She's coming in a couple weeks. We talked about it this morning. It's her birthday. She's 29 years old today. So that's exciting. All right, you guys. So I'm going to start working on a keto sweet or sweet treat. I'm going to make some mini cheesecakes. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, somebody get me out the frozen fruit. We've got some frozen fruit that we haven't used. So I do want to get that set out. Again, to decrease food waste, we're going to use up some of the things that we have. So I'm just going to take a bowl. And I'm going to put some of this mixed berry fruit mix that we found at the grocery store into a bowl. And then I'm going to add just some sweetener on it, just so it can kind of thaw out. This is strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries. And so what we'll do is just put a little bit of sweetener on this, let it kind of melt, and then we can either have this on the cheesecake, or we can have this plain just as a sweet treat on the side. I do have some no sugar added Cool Whip that I like as well. So again, I like treats, and I'm going to always have something that I can eat. I'm going to scoot you guys back a smidge because I need to be over here by the baking station. So I'm always going to have some kind of a treat because I just have to have that. Let me scoot you this way again. Maybe we'll work it out. You all just go with me. If I'm making you sick, I'm sorry. It's not intentional. So I'm going to... I'll take some of this puree bacon blend that I have here. And I got this at Walmart. This is not my favorite. I'd rather have stevia, but I'm out of stevia. So instead of buying more stevia, I'm just going to use this. And then this is the powdered sweetener. So I'm just going to do a couple tablespoons of that. And then I'm just going to let that sit. So I'm not going to mess with that anymore. By the time everything is ready, we'll be good. So Alon, I need 4 tablespoons of melted butter, and I'm going to do a cup of almond flour. Best invention of life has been this, thank you, I'll tell her. KitchenAid, a friend of mine, this was a Christmas gift for me, and this has been the best invention ever. It has helped me out so very much. And I need another bowl. So I'm going to do a cup of almond flour. I'm going to add into this, just to use up some stuff that we have, probably a 1/2 cup of slivered almonds. We've had some almonds that I got from Sam's, quite a long while ago and we haven't used them all, so I'm going to use them now to put in this crust. We're making a crust for the mini cheesecakes. These are keto cheesecakes. So I'm going to do a cup of this. And I'm just using a 1/4 cup measure. And we're going to make like a dough for the bottom of the cupcakes, cheesecakes. So this is a bag I got from Sam's. It's about 3/4 of the way gone, and I'm trying to use it up. I do like this in salads, but I can also use it in crust for, oh, thank you, ma'am. Crust for this. What I'm making is a crust for the bottom of the cheesecakes. So these are already slivered almonds, so I'm just crushing them additionally with my hand instead of putting them in the food processor because I don't want to have to wash those dishes. So I'm just crushing them up a little bit more with my hand so that they are kind of more ground up than they were. And since they're already slivered, it's pretty easy to do. And my hands are clean. I did wash them. I just don't want to do another dish. So I'm going to take the back of this and just try to crush everything up real good. Let me see that recipe right there, babe. And Alana's going to get my butter melted. I'm doubling this recipe, so it's a cup of almond flour. And this was on YouTube. I found this on Catherine Michelle's channel. So if you are looking for somebody who does keto recipes, her name is Catherine Michelle with a K. She just shared this on her channel. So she has 1 cup of almond flour, 2 teaspoons of the sugar replacement. So I'm going to find, because you want to make that crust a little bit sweet as well. I'd rather have erythritol, but I don't have that, and I'm not going to go buy any at all. So that was something I had and haven't been using it. So may as well use what you have. And then just a hair of salt.
What you going on?
No, this is good. Now my peppers are smelling very good. Like they're really starting to cook now because the meat is starting to cook. So as soon as I get this into the tins, I'm going to move back over. Oh, thank you. Send me the link. Please do. There's a guy that I watch. I can't remember if he's from Australia or from England, but his is Fat for Weight Loss. He does really well. I love all of his recipes. So just a little tiny bit of salt to cut that sugar or bring that sugar out. And then here are my 4 tablespoons of butter. This is hot, so I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. Normally you let it cool down, but I don't have time for any of that. So I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. And it's going to kind of make like a paste. And then we're going to start on the filling. And these are going to go into a 375-degree oven. Meanwhile, Jackson is working on the chicken tenders. He's getting them all thawed out and put on the plate. And then we're going to
clean or something, or just still need to wash my hands?
You still need to wash your hands, babe. Okay, so that's 4 tablespoons of butter. And everything is now nice and mixed. If you have Southern Keto Cookbook, so I'm not sure who has cookbook and who doesn't, but if you have Southern Keto Cookbook, her fruit pizza, I think is what it's called, or it's very good. And the crust is kind of similar to this. Was it fruit pizza pie is what Alana said? And it's very similar to this. So this is what your dough looks like after you've put it together. It's kind of sticky a little bit. So we're just going to take this and we're going to divide that into 12 and put it into our muffin tin. So we have the muffin tin. Every one of the muffin tins has one of the muffin wrappers. And then I'm going to get Alana, I'm switching out with Alana. I'm going to get her to do these. And I'm going to work on the filling while I stir my meat. Sorry, y'all. I got to figure out the best angles for Yeah, equal amounts though. So try to divide it out, and then we're gonna spread it out with our hands. Okay, bud. So I need you to get Mom 2 eggs, vanilla extract I have, and lemon juice. So I'm going here. Should we do lemon cheesecake? Let's vote. Lemon cheesecake or French vanilla cheesecake. What sounds good? Because I've got to use some sweets. Jackson talking about French vanilla. He ain't let me live. So which one? Y'all tell me. 2 eggs. They're gonna vote for me.
French vanilla. Vote French vanilla.
Vote French vanilla.
Do you still need this even if it is French vanilla?
I do. Take this. No, I need this. Period. And then this you can. We're done with.
Lemon.
Lemon? Did I see lemon? Yes, lemon.
French vanilla.
3 votes.
Lemon.
Oh, 1 for me.
Oh, look. Here's lemon extract. Lemon extract for the win.
3 lemons.
Ah.
French vanilla. A French
Yay.
vanilla.
Somebody said vanilla? Okay.
2 French vanillas and
2 lemons. No, I saw
There's
2.
3 lemons.
3 lemons. Yes, live for lemon,
The
y'all.
fridge is open.
So I'm doing 2 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. They have been softened. Boy, bye.
Lemon.
Dang it.
4 lemons.
Yes, I think lemon for the win.
no, French vanilla.
Lemon.
French vanilla.
Mom was gonna have lemon anyway.
So that's 1. I'm putting another one in. And I'm going to cream this so that it kind of gets a little moist, loose. Jackson, bring the trash can by.
Okay.
Thank you. I really do enjoy being in the kitchen with my kids. They're fun. They are really, really fun to be around. They always make cooking very interesting. And they're always a good time. We can always laugh and have a good time, even if we disagree on lemon and French vanilla.
Everything can't be lemon.
Well, everything is not lemon.
Everything sweet can't be lemon, especially if it's cheesecake.
Cheesecake is good when it's lemon.
Or it's better when it's strawberry.
Or muffins.
Or French vanilla.
Well, we don't have that. Or muffins? Do we have lemon muffins?
You like to make lemon muffins.
Did I make any?
Yes, you did.
Were they lovely?
No.
They don't like my cooking.
I like the lemon muffins and the lemon glaze, but Mom, everything can't be lemon.
Oh, we can make lemon glaze.
Yeah.
Let me
that
live.
too. She does it.
Was that one?
Take this
She made it with lemon juice, cream cheese,
and then stir
lemon
that.
extract.
All right, you guys, I'm going to get this going here. Uh-oh, salt went. So it's still kind of not as soft as it could be, so a little bit of a process. Yes, lovely. Done with that? Okay, is it spread out in the bottom? So I'm going to just take this, get the sides down, and have it go for a few more minutes. So this is a double batch. Remember, you don't have to use as much as I'm using, but I'm trying to make 12 mini cheesecakes so we can have some for the week, because I'm into prepping. If I'm going to cook, then I may as well prep ahead some things. The trash can, lovely. 2 eggs. Push all that down for me. And this might have come out better if we were doing it with a hand mixer, but I love my KitchenAid, so you just have to keep, you know, making everything, spreading it down, scraping the sides so it can get all well incorporated. And eventually it'll come together with no problem. Okay, I'm going to add a couple more things to this. So I'm going to add in some lemon extract. I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of lemon extract. Or maybe I'll do 1 teaspoon of lemon and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. There's not a lot in there. So that's 1.5 teaspoons of lemon. I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of the vanilla just to give it a little hint of something different. There we go. Then I'm going to add in a 1/2 cup of sweetener. I'm going to do some powdered erythritol because I do have that. Instead of doing that swerve, I'm going to do the powdered erythritol. So, what did I say? 1/2 cup? If I have a 1/2 cup. I may not. That's a 1/4 cup. Uh-oh. That's the end of that. And we made a mess. That's okay. What else do I need? 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Can I get a wet paper towel, lovely? Yes, and then I'm going to add in the liquid stevia lemon drops. About 40 drops. That was a little over 40 drops, but I'm okay with that. All right, so let's try to clean while we're at it, because a lot of people don't meal prep because of the cleaning, but if you clean along, then it kind of helps some, in my opinion. So I just made a mess. I'm done with all that. So I've just cleaned up that mess, and we're putting up the things that we have used. And I'm back to mixing. And you want this to be a smooth consistency so that it just goes into the pans, into the cups. Right now it kind of looks like cheese curds, so it has to do a little more. And then we're just going to scrape down those sides again. Make sure you scrape the bottom, because you want to get everything incorporated, especially that egg. You want to get that egg incorporated real nice. Okay, we're going to let that go one more time. And I'm going to move back over here to the peppers. So this is what the cups look like, right? We put the dough we made into the cups and we pushed them down to make, I'm making, these are keto cheese, mini keto cheesecakes, and then I'm doing deconstructed stuffed peppers, and then I'm gonna do like chili chicken tenders, and I'm gonna do a Nashville hot chicken sauce with those. So this is what this looks like. I'm going to check my cheesecake batter, and I'm also going to work on some keto cheese puffs. I may do some fried eggs. I'm not real sure. Probably yes. That would be easy to do. Jackson, go get Mom the griddle pan. So I'm going to do some fried eggs. So I got a little bit of everything going. I've got dessert going. I've got a dinner situation happening. I've got some lunches, some things for lunches. A lot of people don't tend to do keto. One, because they say it's too expensive, which I hear that, but my health, you know, going to the doctor every, you know, however often, medications, however often. I was on two blood pressure medications plus medications for my asthma, and I'm on now 1 medication since I've lost some weight. So is it my permanent fix? Probably not, but I think more than anything, I have the different mindset about the things I eat. So I have not had a cheat day. I do crave, but I have not given in to the craving. So it's worth it for me. I'm gonna let this go a little bit longer because it's still kind of some chunks in here, and I don't want any chunks in this cheesecake batter, but it looks great. And then I've got some frozen fruit that have a little bit of sugar-free sweetener on them, just so that they melt. So by the time the cheesecakes are ready to be eaten, it'll be a nice on top. All right, I'm gonna let that go, and then I'm coming back over here. So this is turkey, ground turkey. So I'm gonna add some chili powder and some ground cumin into this deconstructed stuffed peppers. So a pound of turkey meat, 1/2 pound of pork sausage, about 3 or 4 good peppers. You probably could put a few more peppers in there. Also, if you had some onions you can put in there. I don't have onions. And then normally we would do a thing of rice. You would add in rice. But I'm not doing rice because, of course, I don't eat rice anymore. And I don't have cauliflower rice. But I am going to add in cauliflower. I'm just going to leave it whole, frozen. And then I'm going to throw that in. So I am going to add in 2 teaspoons of the chili powder. Because last time I think I only did 1 and it wasn't quite enough. And then I'm going to do the same with the ground cumin. And that should be enough seasoning, because remember I did salt, I did chili powder, I did onion powder, I did garlic. Jackson, hand me some garlic, some ground garlic. So I'm just going to get this stirred in. Now, normally prepping doesn't take this long for me, but trying to talk and show and all of that makes it take a little bit longer. So if this was just me prepping here at home with the kids, we would pretty much be just about done. So I'm going to do about two teaspoons of garlic. And then this is done. This is going in the oven at the same time as the mini cheesecakes, because I do want to cook the cauliflower, which Jackson will bring me, right, bud? Okay, so I'm cutting that off. I've got a glass pan here that I'm going to be using to move some things out of my way. Normally I wouldn't have my computer there, which it can go somewhere else, but I don't need it. So instead of cauliflower rice or just regular rice, I'm just going to use regular cauliflower. This is, bye ma'am, see you later. I'll post a picture to show everybody how it looks after we're done. So this is just frozen cauliflower. I'm putting it straight into the bag. You could chop this up in the food processor, which I'm not going to do. It's not that deep to me. So this is what my pepper mixture looks like. I'm going to take this, spread out that cauliflower a little bit. And I'm just going straight over top of the cauliflower with the pepper mixture. So this is what you would normally shove into the pepper. But because we deconstructed it, we're not shoving it into the pepper. We're just putting it on top. We put the peppers in. You could add mushrooms if you like. Well, if you have like veggies in your fridge that are going bad, I'm going to finish out this sour cream. It's like 2 big giant tablespoons, or probably about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup. Did I put mayonnaise in it last time? Or no, did I forget? I think it might have called for mayonnaise, but I did not use that. So I'm just going to take that, stir it around. I'm going to do a cup of cheese. get all that mixed in. Somebody get the small hand mixer. It's up there. This can go. This can go.
Milan, you probably rinse it.
All right.
Seasoning still in?
Yes. So now my stuffed peppers are done. All I have to do is heat it through. Once I heat it through, I'm probably going to be able to get at least 6 servings out of this. So if for some reason we ate a meal tonight, we could have a lunch apiece, or we could have dinner twice, because it's 1 serving. You know, if this is 6 servings, which would be pretty generous servings, 1 for tonight, 1 for tomorrow's lunch for each of us, or some for tonight and then dinner tomorrow night. So I'm going to put this into the 365-degree oven and just let it cook for about 25, 30 minutes. Because really everything is done. I just need to cook my cauliflower. Okay? So we're going to keep cleaning. Some of y'all come over here and get some of this stuff cleaned. This is going to the sink. And then I'm going to be back over here figuring out my...
What about whatever's in the sun?
Oh, that's fine. And I'm going to get my chicken in as well. I haven't gotten that part done, but I'm going to try to see if I can smooth out my cream cheese a little bit more. We tried the stuffed peppers last week, and they were very good, which is why I'm doing it again this week, because they really were just phenomenal. And we had never had those before. So I'm just taking a regular hand mixer, hoping that I can get some of these lumps and bumps out. I probably normally would not do this in a... Okay, so that got some of the bumps out, some of the lumps out, so that's better. Now we're just going to fill up our tins. We're just going to fill these up. Then I'm going to get the kids cleaning while I finish up the chicken. So we've done a couple things. I'm going to use, let me do a half cup. I'm going to just do a half cup scoop per and see how that goes. Probably a quarter cup is about all you need. The recipe that she did was the original recipe, called for about 6 of these, so I doubled this to make 12. My kids aren't huge cheesecake people. I'm not either, but I do enjoy a sweet treat every now and then. And the cheesecake will has the good fat, so it will keep me full longer, and I won't need to have so many sweet treats. I don't eat nearly as many as I used to, but I do like something every now and then. These will either stay good in the fridge for a couple of days, or we'll throw them in the freezer in order to avoid the food waste, which again is key to try to really avoid just having stuff go bad in the fridge. And there's 3 of us eating keto here, so normally things don't go bad on us too much, but sometimes I'll make something and the kids aren't interested in it, and then I have to deal with either let's put it in the freezer or eat it. Now this is a lot. I probably should have let that cream cheese get a little more soft, or sat it out this morning before I was out of here, but I didn't see the recipe till later, till I was getting off of work. So it's not as thin as it should be, but anyway, her name is Catherine Michelle. If you are one of those people that's interested in keto recipes, this is an easy one to do. Take this, sister. Thank you. And I like to get as much out as I can, because food is expensive and I have to buy it. So I would prefer to try to get as much in these things as I can. Yes, lovely. no, I'm gonna make some sausage balls. All right, this is done. This is done. Everything to the, and then I'm just gonna clean up my tin a bit so that it's not cooking outside of the pan, making a mess or burning, really. All right, I'm just gonna give that a quick tap, tap, tap. And then this is going into a 375-degree oven for 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, my oven is already on, and I do need to clean my oven. So I'm gonna put that on for timer 15, start the timer. Now the last thing I'm gonna prep, well, one of the last things, bring the chicken over, okay. So I'm gonna do some chicken tenders, and we had a bag of broccoli, and I just put the chicken tenders with the frozen broccoli on top of this pan with parchment paper. What I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna season this, season it however you want it. Can you take this, please? Thanks. And anything else, come get my computer and you can take that out. So I like to do some liberal amount of salt. This broccoli is frozen, so it has no taste at all. So I've got that going. I'm gonna do some garlic powder. And remember, you season to your liking, right? This is kind of going to be like sheet pan fajitas. If you want to do fajitas, you can. My kids like those carb counter tortilla shells or wraps, so we can take this and stuff them into that. I'm going to do, let's see, onion powder. And then I'm also going to do chili powder, since we're kind of doing that chili thing. We'll just do a little bit of chili powder. Are there any onions? Do I have like frozen onions?
Yes.
Can I have those, please? And this is ground cumin. Goodbye. Take the dog out. And then to that, I'm adding in just some frozen onions. So again, it's really whatever you have in your freezer that's going to go bad, or your fridge that's going to go bad. And I don't have time to stand here at my stove and try to, you know, cook all of this. But I can put it on a pan. You can give those onions a little bit of something, because I added them in late. And the last little bit of salt, and that's done. So as quickly as I put it together, it's done. This is going to go in the oven for about 30 minutes. And then we can focus on the next thing, whatever that is. If you've cooked enough and this is all you need it for this week, fine. If not, what else can you do? The kids and I are home. We don't have anywhere to go. There's nobody coming over. So I've got a little extra time that I can get a few things done, because if I don't prep on Monday nights, I don't really have a lot of time throughout the rest of my week to prep. So that's in. My chicken tenders are in. And that's going to go for an extra 15 minutes after I pull out everything else. So the last thing that I'm going to do is a little bit of cleanup, and then we're going to make some sausage puffs, and I'm going to do some fried eggs. So I'm not a big fried egg person, but I don't like eating cold scrambled eggs. So what I do, I just take my griddle pan, wipe it off. I need a sous chef here for some cleaning, please. They eat here, they clean here. What happens in this kitchen stays in this kitchen. Right? So I've got my griddle pan. I'm going to turn this on to 350. 350 is good. I'll move you guys up so you can kind of see a little more what I'm doing. Sorry, bud. I do like to keep a clean kitchen. It bothers my spirit. Just leave that one. I'm still working on that. And this can go up.
Move it down.
Bring me the eggs. So I've got my griddle pan here. I'm I'm going to move you guys up a little so you can kind of see a little more of what's happening over here on this side. Okay? And I don't really like fried eggs, but they work for keto because I can do them ahead. They can stay in the fridge for a couple of days, and then we eat them pretty fast. And they cook fast. So just regular cooking spray. So they don't stick. We keep our eggs in a shoebox that I got from Dollar General on sale. Paid $1, I think. It's hot. So I'm going to crack each individual egg. It's not hot enough, but it's working on it. If you want breakfast food, if you're a breakfast person and you don't want to give up your carby-like meals, we do the Joe Duff. He's a guy on YouTube. He does waffles. His waffles are the best, and it's just like you're eating a regular waffle. He just uses almond flour instead of regular flour. So I usually prep about 12 fried eggs, and that'll last us, if we each eat one every day, it'll last us about 4 days. So that's how I just keep my family moving along on this keto journey. It's not easy, especially when you don't prep ahead. But I have lost way more inches than weight. But this morning I put on an outfit and it's a size medium. I've been as heavy as a size 24. I don't remember the last time I wore a medium. So it's working for me. Is it for everybody? Absolutely not. Check with your healthcare professional before you try any new weight loss program or eating program. I am under my doctor's care, and her words to me is, Shakema, if it's working, keep doing it. So that's what I'm going to do. I've recently discovered that I like a little chili powder on my eggs. So I just add in a little something. I'm going to bust those yolks so that they cook all the way through. And then I need, what I need? So I'm just busting those yolks. And as soon as the whites get done enough, I'm just going to flip these over. Takes about 2 or 3 flips, and then you have fried eggs. And I've done it on the griddle pan, just like I was making pancakes. You can use that waffle mix that Joe does to make pancakes as well. Also, Wholesome Yum does a griddle pancake that is really good. So you don't have to give up the food you love. You just have to make an alternative for it. That's what I found. And I don't know how long I've been talking. You guys have been watching, so you can tell me. But it's taken that long to prep simply because I've been talking to you guys and moving the camera. If it was just me and the kids, it would not have taken us this long. But it's worth it in the end when I have all of the things that I need to have a successful week on keto. I did want you to see something done because the other stuff is not done. Jack, will you go get Mom my charger? Okay. So just as simple as that. If all you did was the eggs, you know, you could do 12 fried eggs or 6 fried eggs, or you could do boiled eggs if you like boiled eggs. You could have egg salad really fast if that was something that you appreciated or your family appreciated. Also remember, if they're in your household and they're eating, they can help. Because if you don't have time to do it, that's why helpers live with you. Alana's working on dishes. Jackson is helping me with audio-visual stuff. And the dog is being nice because he will get put out again. Oh my goodness, has it been that long? I apologize, y'all. I'm sorry. If you have to go, it won't hurt my feelings. But I like cooking. I love to cook for people. It's one of the most favorite things I do is to provide hospitality My grandmother used to always say, I may not have a lot to give you, but I can give you a meal. So that was one thing I picked up from her, was you feed people, and that's how you show them that you love them. If I offer you food, I love you. Really, because, you know, it's what I do, it's who I am. As you can tell from, you know, but it's really good. And if it's only been an hour and I already have 2 full meals, a breakfast, and then a dessert going. So imagine if I were not talking and moving the camera, right? So my eggs are done. I've got 6 fried eggs done, and I'm going to do 6 more. Hot. Fried eggs are done. That was 5 minutes maybe.
Where was your charger?
My charger, it's in my purse. In my purse or I think it's in my purse. So 6 more eggs, and then the eggs are done. We've done all we needed to do for at least 4 days. I take my lunch to work every day, so I can pack my breakfast and my lunch if I need to. Normally I would have done keto drop biscuits and made eggs, bacon, and cheese sandwiches, but I didn't have that today. I can take any of these eggs here and add a slice of cheese to give me a layer of fat. Thank you, ma'am. Hey, Glam, how are you? And so there it is. I've got 12 eggs done. That can go. I'm kind of on the fence about these sausage balls because it's been a while that I've been cooking, and I may not do them. I may just save them for the next thing. So again, you make it whatever you need it to be for your family or your time schedule. Normally by now we have a friend who comes over and eat dinner with us. She would have been here by now, and I would not have been able to do this, but she had to cancel, so that was fine. Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad. Oh, on the table, Bubba. I'm glad you stopped by. We all got to help each other out, right? Because some of us are just starting. Some of us have been doing it for a while. Some of us want to start, but we're scared and we don't know where to start. So again, I always tell people, check with your doctor first before you do anything. And then, you know, I am under my doctor's care. I just went to the doctor in January, and my weight was in the 100s for the first time probably in over 13 years, at least since I've been here. And I don't think I've been in the 100s since Shamika was a little girl, and Shamika just turned 29 today. So I've been heavy a long time. And what I'm trying to do is not only be thinner, but healthy for my kids. Because I've got little kids that I do plan to see them grow up. That's my plan, at least, good Lord willing. And get married and have kids and families of their own. So I've got to do that for me. And if this is helpful for you, if you would consider sharing it, that would be awesome. Because maybe one of your friends or somebody, family members, whatever, are looking for some encouragement to get started on their healthcare journey. I know it was a lot of people who said, Shakema, I'm doing this because you started it. And then a lot of people would say, you're still doing that? It's been almost 7 months and I'm still doing it because it's helpful for me. Back in June of last year, probably in May of last year, I started having dizzy spells and started feeling like I was going to pass out. And I could not decide what in the world was going on. I would have to grab on to things to keep myself from falling. My bones hurt. My joints hurt. I ate like crazy. And it was like, Lord, what is happening to me? And I kept telling my sister I didn't feel well. And she was like, Shakema, you need to go to the doctor. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to the doctor. And I kept seeing people post, you know, keto. I had been doing Weight Watchers off and on. But I had been stalled in my weight on Weight Watchers, even though I was trying to be successful as I possibly could. And I started keto in, it was either August or September. And the first week I was on keto, I felt like $1 million. And I have felt well every day. That doesn't mean I haven't had allergies or I've had a cold here or there, but I have felt like $1 million ever since. But it's working for my body type. I know some people say they can't do it, or their doctor says don't do it, or they've read some things that said you shouldn't do it. Again, don't go into anything unprepared. But this is working for me, and I'm very thankful that it is. Jackson, did you find my charger, lovely? Did you plug my phone in? Oh, Lord. Now the girls are at each other. So, eggs are done. I have 15 seconds on the cheesecakes, and then we will end this video because all that I needed to do, at least for right now, is done. So, I have 4 days worth of fried eggs that are going to go into an airtight container. Hey, Miss Christy. So these are all done. If you like eggs, these would work. If you're not an egg person, then you can find something else that you might like a little bit better. Hey, bye. You must go. So let me take out the cheesecakes and see how they turn out. Oh, Lord. I think we're running a zoo up in here, but we ain't. All right. Timer off. So let's see. Okay. Cheesecakes need, let's see. I'm going to let them go for a little while longer so they're not ready. I know there was one thing that I forgot to add to the stuffed peppers, and that was going to add some Mexican cheese, like some queso cheese. But anyway, I'm going to let those cheesecakes cook for about another 5 minutes. And then what I'll do is I will post a picture on this channel so that you can see what it looks like. But right now, while you've been with me, we've done the chicken tenders and broccoli and onions. We've done the deconstructed stuffed peppers. I've done a dozen of fried eggs, and I've done a dozen of the keto cheesecakes. Also, I've put out my fruit to let that kind of marinate a little bit. So I'm going to end the video here. I will post a picture of what everything looks like when it's all done. And I just want to thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching me cook. And we'll see you next time. Bye now.